This video examines how Trump's economic promises contrast with the reality experienced by many citizens.
One promise was that gas prices would go down. In 2024, he claimed gasoline would be 50% cheaper within 12 months.
The reality is, as of April 2026, gas prices have increased over 25%. This increase is partly due to the ongoing Iranian conflict initiated by the Trump administration.
Another promise was that grocery prices would go down. Trump repeatedly pledged that his policies would quickly reduce food costs.
The reality is that grocery prices have increased. As of January 2026, prices for items like coffee and meat up over 20%.
Trump also promised to deliver a better healthcare plan, often vowing to replace Obamacare with something superior.
The reality is that millions have lost health coverage. The Congressional Budget Office estimates about 10 million fewer Americans will have insurance by 2034. This loss of coverage is attributed to new legislation and the scaling back of Affordable Care Act subsidies.
Trump promised no wars, frequently vowing to end endless wars and stating he would stop wars. Based on reports from the first few weeks of the conflict, beginning February 28, 2026, the U.S.-led war on Iran, referred to by the Pentagon as Operation Epic Fury, has reached a cost of over $11.3 billion to $16.5 billion within the first 2 weeks.
Additional military actions, such as the U.S.-led operation involving the removal of Nicolas Maduro from power, Operation Southern Spear, cost nearly $3 billion. The cost of threatening to invade our ally Greenland has not been quantified.
Trump promised to cut housing costs in half by eliminating regulations that drive them up.
The reality is that U.S. home prices are up, with housing prices continuing a slowing upward trend as of early 2026.
Trump also promised tax cuts for all Americans. The latest IRS update, though, shows over 114.3 million returns had been processed as of April 10, 2026, with an average refund increasing from $3,055 to $3,397, a $342 bump from a year ago. But the portion of those reaping the greatest benefits from Trump's tax changes are those earning the most, not the working-class families Trump's administration is targeting in its messaging.
The reality, according to the Tax Policy Center, is that 60% of those tax savings from Trump's sweeping changes will benefit the richest 20% of households, those earning over $217,000. And the savings are progressively greater the higher up the income ladder you go. A recent report by the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy shows that those tax cuts disproportionately benefit the richest 5%, with the top 1% receiving $117 billion in tax cuts in 2026, part of a $1 trillion reduction over the next 10 years.
Furthermore, Trump promised he would cut our nation's debt.
As of late 2025, early 2026, the U.S. national debt exceeded $38 trillion, having increased by roughly $2.2 trillion to over $2.7 trillion in the past year, or about $8 billion per day. This rapid growth, fueled by high interest costs and government spending, brings the debt to over $114,000 per person.
Trump also claimed he would always protect Social Security, focusing on eliminating taxes on benefits.
The reality is, if no further action is taken by Congress, the accelerated insolvency anticipated for 2032 means that when the funds are depleted, automatic, across-the-board cuts to benefits could be as high as 24% by 2032.
Donald Trump has consistently promoted tariffs as a tool to boost U.S. manufacturing, calling them the most beautiful word in the dictionary, and vowing they will make the country rich as hell. He frequently states that tariffs force companies to build factories in the U.S., famously promising that jobs and factories will come roaring back.
The reality shows thousands of jobs lost due to tariffs, which raised input costs and invited retaliatory tariffs on U.S. exports,
not to mention contributing to increased inflation. For more information on these topics, please visit the website listed here. And don't forget to vote.